I wanted to start off by asking you why did you start drawing and what inspires you as a cartoonist?
I was drawing as long as I remember. So I've been drawing cartoons since when I was 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just like drawing cartoons.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know why, it's just something in me.
Yeah. Did anybody teach you?
No, I remember my father used to draw something, only one very ugly character.
Yeah.
And because I was a child, I used to just, I couldn't even do the same as my father.
Yeah.
So I was trying so hard to make the same character as him.
Yeah.
So I started copying him all the time.
Yeah.
And then, once I did it, I started like copying other characters and cartoon characters.
Yeah.
And that copying a lot helped me to be
Yeah.
creative as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So was this from comic books and things?
Well, we didn't have access to comic books that much, like this famous comic books, but we had cartooning magazines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And mostly supported by the government.
Right.
Iran's government.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I used to also, I had PlayStation, and I had Sega when I was even younger.
Yeah.
And I used to draw the characters from games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And make stories about the characters.
Yes.
So even changed the storyline of the games as well.
Okay.
So doing it on paper for myself.
Okay. You arrived on Manus Island in 2013. Can you tell me a bit about your experience of being held there?
Yeah, I arrived in Australia in 2013. And I lived in Australia for 6 months, not 6 years. But then after 6 months, they very randomly came up to me and they moved me to Manus Island in Papua New Guinea. And I was the last person in the last flight. So I wasn't so lucky.
Right.
And they took me to Manus Island, and then it was called the Migration Detention Center. But it was like where you keep your chickens. It wasn't like a detention center.
I've seen
Yeah.
pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then they showed me my room, and then they said, this is where you live. And I didn't have papers and pencils. And I asked for papers and pencils, but they didn't give me. They even took my drawings once. So yeah.
And how did that experience impact on your artwork?
Yeah. I started drawing because I was sick.
Yeah.
I have OCD.
Yeah.
And I started drawing because I didn't want to take medication.
Okay.
So I needed to look for a different strategy.
Yes.
So I started drawing.
Yeah.
I had to smudge my drawings out. Yeah, because we didn't have access to internet for 1 year when I arrived in Manus Island.
Yeah.
So I had no idea about what was happening in the world.
Yeah.
And after 1 year, the government allowed us to have internet, 45 minutes every week.
Okay.
And it was so slow.
Yeah.
So I started logging my Facebook and sending messages to random people.
Okay.
Hundreds of random people in Australia.
Okay.
And then just saying, I'm a cartoonist living in Manus Island.
Yeah.
And I need help. And I did it for 1 year and a half without getting any reply with anyone.
Gosh.
So it was like every week I had to go back to the computer.
Yes. Yeah.
Very difficult to log in and write this message and then send it to people. Until one day, accidentally, Janet Gabriel, she heard about my story.
Yeah.
She heard about this cartoonist living in Manus Island.
Yes.
She found my Facebook and then she started messaging me and
Yeah.
asked me if I can send my drawings out.
So it's like a message in a bottle.
Yeah,
really,
it is.
that eventually was found by
It was
somebody.
so difficult. When I look back, it took me 2 years and a half
Yes.
to find way out.
Yes.
Like talking to people and so.
That must have been you must have had moments of real despair during that time.
Oh yeah, of course. Most of the time losing hope, and because it was 2 years, it wasn't like sending message to someone and getting reply.
Yes.
So it took 2 years and a half to get a reply, reply from someone. As long as I arrived in Stavanger, they introduced me the city, they showed me around, they showed me my apartment, and also ICORN gave me office in their organization, so I can work and I can work on my project. And also this office is in a cultural center in Stavanger, so I get a lot of opportunities to talk to a lot of people and work with a lot of students and children and show them my art and also teach art sometimes. And I really love Stavanger. I'm in love with Stavanger. I always say I didn't like to go to Norway. I had to. But then now I love Norway. I love Stavanger especially.
And I remember when I saw you there, you were preparing some classes for art classes for children. It was it's a very good experience. The energy you get from children. It's very nice. I really enjoy it. So you're able to talk to Norwegian.
I do. I am forced to talk to children.
How is your Norwegian?
It's pretty good. I pass exams very well. When it comes to talking, it's difficult. Because of shyness or I don't know. It's I like to be perfect in language and then start talking. I did the same with English.
When did
wasn't
you learn
talking.
English? Your English is fantastic.
I learned English in jail. I had no idea about English.
So you haven't spoken it that long then?
No.
Wow.
And I started I started learning swearing words in English. Because I used to watch. I remember I used to watch Bad Boys. But the words they used to use, I never thought about them until I moved to Australia, and then I started watching all these movies, and at the same time I was talking to workers just to try to speak. And then I started learning language. So in jail, by just talking to officers and local people in Papua New Guinea and suddenly I ended up talking